Even in tough global economic times, exciting career opportunities for college graduates exist, and many are far more varied than they were just a couple of decades ago. Why? Because today the business world has grown to what is now truly considered a global market. Students who are trained in global business stand a solid chance of not only joining this market, but having a positive impact on it too.
CH2M Hill is a 60-plus-year-old engineering company that became an engineering and construction company in the last couple of decades.
Primarily, we focus on a number of fields, including water supply, treatment, and disposal of waste.
And our clients are mainly government, industry, energy companies, and we offer them things ranging from consulting to design build, operations.
On the surface, it's engineering, but underneath it, it's really about solving a bunch of problems that have to deal with making life better for people.
CH2M Hill provides solutions that positively impact people in all corners of the globe. CH2M Hill prides itself in helping its clients build a better and more sustainable world to live in. Let's look at the global economy a little more closely and see how companies like CH2M Hill, and maybe someday you, can positively impact it.
Our company started after World War II in 1946 by a professor and his graduate students at Oregon State in Corvallis, Oregon.
It's gone from that evolution of a professor and 3 students to a company today made up of over 30,000 people and over $7 billion.
In the U.S., there are over 310 million people. That's a lot of potential consumers for manufacturers and distributors to target, right? Well, there are over 194 countries in the entire world, consisting of over 6.9 billion people. Because many of these markets are easier to reach than ever before, there is significantly more potential for global trade and commerce. Conversely, for consumers, there are a lot more opportunities to purchase goods. This global expansion has made and continues to make companies rethink how they do business, because it's not always conducted in the same fashion as it is within the U.S.
The importance of a global market for us and any other company is the fact that it expands your business borders.
The global market is very important to CH2M Hill. It's really a big part of our future.
For a company of our scale to continue to be a vibrant place and make a contribution to the world, we have to operate globally.
In the global arena, some countries are fortunate to possess a wealth of natural resources, but may be lacking in other areas, such as technological skills. Other countries might just be the opposite. Comparative advantage, a theory developed by 19th century economist David Ricardo, is a principle that states countries should sell to other countries those products and services it produces most effectively and efficiently, and it should purchase from other countries those that they don't.
CH2M Hill does operate under a comparative advantage. You can see that in some of the work that we've been doing over the last 15 years.
Our solutions come in the way of people. We can't readily outsource it because it's intellectual capital. Our people collectively working in teams and leveraging solutions with other projects that we've done around the world is really what we bring to the issues and to the opportunities wherever we do business.
Firms small and large are involved in global trade. However, there are definitely some risks and challenges involved with getting started in global trade, but the potential reward can be huge.
Being a global company and working in many different countries and geographies around the world, the legal aspects and the regulatory aspects are very, very real. And it does require people that have deep knowledge to make sure that we're doing the things, number one, first and foremost, to protect our business. And number two, to make sure that when we work outside of our home, that we're doing the right things so that we don't cause issues and problems for the client that we're working with and certainly our employees that work around the world.
There are many ways companies can enter the global market. Some key strategies are licensing, exporting, franchising, contract manufacturing, international joint ventures, and strategic alliances, and foreign direct investment. Each of these strategies has advantages and drawbacks to them.
Most effective strategies that CH2M Hill has found in entering other countries is the alliances and joint venturing. I know right now in Saudi Arabia we're in a joint venture with a Saudi company That gives us both credibility locally, gives us resources locally. We bring some of the American technology that we developed. That's an example of where the joint venture has really helped us.
There are several forces that can affect trading in global markets. One of the most important and sometimes overlooked or ignored is sociocultural forces. Failure to recognize these can be the proverbial kiss of death in a particular market for a company.
There are definitely socio and cultural issues to keep in mind in dealing with work in other parts of the world.
So we have to understand and appreciate the world that we're operating within, be sensitive to it and appreciate those nuances, but not forget who we are either.
Another set of forces to be reckoned with are economic and financial. Companies need to tailor their strategies to the cultural and economic viability of potential customers in different cultures.
In areas of the world where the cost of living is lower and the salaries are lower, it's not economical to bring in people from the U.S. We can take advantage of places with lower cost of living and thus lower salaries to help support work elsewhere, so we can even out the salary ranges and use those differences in salaries to our advantage.
On another front, the waters can get a little murky when dealing with legal and regulatory forces. In a global economy, there isn't a central system where laws and regulations apply the same to everyone. Firms need to know about and keep up with laws and regulations throughout the world in order to effectively conduct global commerce.
As we expand our business outside of the United States, we are faced not only with regulatory challenges in the United States, but also all over the world. And we need to adjust, we need to understand the market where we play. We rely on advisors, people who know things well in the specific markets. We also have members of our own legal team who are not just based in the United States, they're based throughout the world. The emphasis is always to be closer to the game, understand the local requirements, and making sure that you know how things change.
Physical and environmental forces play a role in foreign trade too. Some countries' infrastructure is so primitive that transportation and storage of goods can be extremely challenging. Even lack of things we take for granted, such as cell phone and internet service, makes doing business very difficult.
Dealing outside of your familiar borders is always interesting in that it poses a lot of issues, and certainly it's not always easy.
For instance, in the UK, we're doing a lot of work for Thames Water, which is the water utility for the City of London. Their subsurface infrastructure that's 150 years old. How do we disrupt the fewest number of people by taking water mains out? Or how do we make sure that we don't disrupt the tube operation by when we take some of our electrical work out?
Possibly the biggest hurdle for global trade is trade protectionism. This occurs when countries limit the amount of importing into their country. Protective tariffs and import quota limits are forms of trade protectionism used to protect domestic products.
While we're a U.S. company, much of our services originates elsewhere, and we need to be aware of U.S. sanctions, export control and trade controls, but we need to be equally aware of similar sanctions in the European community or in the countries of the Asian continent. So again, staying on top of things and understanding the local rules where we do business is very important.
The World Trade Organization, WTO, is the body that hears disputes amongst its member countries. Although it works to mediate and is an independent organization, it still has not solved every problem and issue that has been presented to it.
CH2M Hill is a publicly reporting company. We have 18,000 shareholders, so the rules of the Securities and Exchange Commission apply to us. As a U.S. headquartered company, of course, the U.S. laws apply to us no matter where we work. So most people know how that works and what they need to do. What they know less about is that the U.S. is not the only country with those regulations. So how do we support U.S. requirements while at the same time respect requirements of those other countries? Those are the kind of challenges we deal with every day.
So what does the future of global trade look like? It's hard to deny the fact that 6.9 billion people make for quite an attractive market opportunity. One country that has taken advantage of this is China, now the largest exporter in the world. Other countries in Asia, India, and Russia, with their large population bases, also present opportunities for business trade.
Dealing with a global economy, just the economic turmoil that sometimes can hit us. It's business sophistication. It's your ability to really lure and attract the best talent in the world to help you deal with these things. The companies that can do this well have a competitive advantage.
In recent years, many large companies have been outsourcing some of their functions, such as accounting, payroll, and even call centers. The shift to this trend has helped reduce costs for U.S. companies due to the lower wage global markets. And as the technical capabilities of people around the world continue to get better, outsourcing will increase. It is important then for U.S. workers to continue to hone their skills through training in order to continue to be marketable in the future.
Countries around the world do bring us in because they don't readily have that expertise. Maybe they're an emerging geography, maybe it's just an expansion of their population, and the needs are such that they have to bring in the expertise to help give them solutions to move forward.
So in essence, other countries are outsourcing by hiring us.
As you begin thinking about types of careers you might desire to be a part of, consider broadening your thought process by thinking globally. Learn about foreign cultures, study foreign languages, and take business classes. The global economy is not going away. The more you understand it and the cultures that are part of it, the better chance you have to succeed within it. Are you prepared to be part of this type of success?
We look at our future, and our future is bright because we work on things that people need, and we deliver those services in the ways that people like to have them delivered.
As the global marketplace expands, we're going to be there. We are a global player, and we want to remain a global player.
We're all the sum total of our knowledge and experience, but we're really the sum total of our willingness and ability to learn and our curiosity and passion for what it is we do every day.
Being an educated member of the workforce is very important, but focus your education globally, not just in your own backyard.